Kitchen, Midnight Munchies, and more. I'm your chef, Charisse, and today we're going to do these super easy, quick, fast, gluten-free, and vegan onion rings. Girl, oh, they're so good. They're everything I want in life. Because normally the recipes that like when you go out to like the bar and stuff like that, they have like egg. It's like an egg dredge and gross. So we're going to do gluten-free as well as vegan. It's going to be fucking amazing. So let's just get right into it, bitches. First thing we did was we took our buy one get one free onions and we just sliced them long ways so that we get these rings and just kind of pop them out after you slice them and they make all these little rings. And any of the onions that were like too small, like this is probably about as small as I go, like that's super small, then I used those actually in my potato cups and my vegan meatballs. So we're gonna set those aside and we have about a cup of chickpea flour or garbanzo bean flour, if you will. And to that we're just gonna add a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper, and then because Baltimore loves, we're gonna do some Old Bay, like probably more Old Bay than salt and pepper, because beach, these are gonna be like Old Bay onion rings. Like we're obsessed with this in our house, just as much as the roasted garlic powder. If you don't know what Old Bay is, here it is. If you don't have it near you, you can just Google it or Amazon it. I've had a lot of people been able to find it online and delivered to their house, so that's an option. And then to that we're gonna add about half a cup of warm water and we're gonna mix this together. Now you want, if you guys saw my vegan frittata cups, this is going to be a thicker batter than that. So just kind of judge, like it depends on the humidity in your house, honestly, to be perfectly honest with you. And if it's a little too thin, then add a little bit more of your chickpea flour. If it's a little too thick, then add a little bit more water, which actually that's a little too thick for me. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. I would just do about a tablespoon at a time until you get the consistency that you want, because you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to waste your ingredients, but chickpea flour is like super cheap. I really like Bob's Red Mill. Like they know what's up. I think actually I'm going to add a titch more. So that was about a tablespoon and a half extra than a half a cup that I added. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let this rest, because it definitely changes consistency and kind of molds together better. So we're going to let this hang out for about a half an hour until it makes I mean, look at that beach. Like, look at that. Like, that's what we want. That is what we want. So let's just let this hang out. Okay, so our chickpea flour mixture has rested, so we're going to put this over here and try not to make a big old fucking mess. And we're going to take our onion rings. Actually, let me put these, oh fuck, I'm caught on my charm bracelet. Okay, let me put these onion rings in here. I'm going to show you. So you just kind of stick them in, move them all around, make sure they're nice and coated all the way through, and then you're going to lift it up and let some of that excess batter pop off, because you don't want it like extra battery. So our oil has been preheating on the stove on medium. It's a good, like, I don't know, 2 inches of oil. Did I say water? Am I dumb? Okay. Oil has been preheating on the stove, and then we're just gonna flop that baby in there and look at it fry, and we're going to keep going with the rest of our onion rings. Now, you don't want to overcrowd your oil for multiple reasons. One being, like, you don't want them to stick together, and the other being that you don't want to reduce the temperature of your oil too much. So you just want to, you know, just a couple at a time, and we're going to cook them for about a minute on one side and then flip them in a minute or two on the other side to make sure that they're cooked all the way through. Again, I'm just kind of getting my onions all coated here for you guys, making a mess. I just used one hand for it. That way I have one hand to do something else with that I need. Now, you need it to be about, the oil preheated to about, I don't know, like 350 to 375, but I don't have a thermometer for that, so I just fucking guess and do my best, because fuck it, right? Like, I know cooking is a science, but like, I ain't got time for science. I'm fucking hungry. So we're gonna let these babies hang out. So they're almost ready. They're almost golden brown. That's what we want, is the golden brownness. And then when we're done, we're gonna put them on a plate that has some paper towels on it to get some of the extra grease off of them. Are you kidding me right now, you guys? Look at these fucking onion rings. Like, so simple, easy. I'm gonna try them. And by try them, I mean I've already eaten like a lot of them. Oh, they're so good. I can't. I'm probably going to actually make my bang bang sauce for my bang bang cauliflower. And I'm going to dip them in there because I think that would be bomb diggity. If you want the full written recipe, go to my website, midnightmunchiesandmore.com, and make sure you guys subscribe. Hit the little bell for the notification so you're informed every time I make a new recipe. And if you follow me on social media, and you make one of my recipes, take a picture because I really want to see it. It makes my heart so happy when people make my recipes. So make sure you do that. Everything will be linked below. And if you, I don't know, this is like my virtual cookbook. So if you guys want to help support this channel, please go to my PayPal, midnightmunchiesandmore@yahoo.com, and I'll fucking catch you next time.
Oh, good night kisses while he wishes and reminisces. His eyes kissing while he waits for the full moon above. Oh, ivory dove, passionate love. Listening closely, positioning my intuition for her nutrition and ambition. Get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning. Get up. Like when you rise in the morning, rub your eyes in the morning through the skies in the morning. Get up.